This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Jeremy Wolf.
Hello, everyone, friends, family, neighbors, great community. Welcome back to the Good Neighbor Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wolf, and today I'm joined by a couple of good neighbors. Actually, just found out they probably live just a mile or two away from me right here in lovely Cooper City, and they are the proud owners of Card My Yard, Pembroke Pines. And excited to get into this because I never really heard about this business, so want to learn a little bit more. I'm sitting here with Kari and Juan Castaneda, a husband and wife team. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And thanks, as always, for everybody for tuning in. So tell me a little bit about Card My Yard. What do you guys do? What's the story? Let's get into this.
So I'll start with that one.
Yeah.
I really feel like we're a franchise, and we have a website, cardmyyard.com, and we have a really, really good mission statement that summarizes the business very well. So I'm going to read that if that's okay.
Hit me with it. Let's go. Hit us.
Card My Yard exists to serve our communities with joy and partner with local organizations to help them celebrate. As the premier yard sign rental company, we strive to grow and expand while serving the needs of our customers. So basically what that means is any kind of celebration that anybody wants to celebrate with us or let us help celebrate, they make an order online. We go and stake the yard with these beautiful signs that says either happy birthday, happy 6th birthday, Johnny, congratulations, happy anniversary, anything you would want us to create, we make. We create the sign and we stake the yard, and it's a 24-hour rental unless you want more days, and it's a really good time.
I love it. I could just, as you're telling me this, I envision driving home one day with the wife or the kids or whatever it is on their birthday, and they get home and they see the house just decorated with this gorgeous sign.
Yes.
What a lasting impression. I love it. I love the idea. I love the concept. I love the model. That's pretty cool. So, how did you guys get into this? What's the backstory? When did you join the franchise? How did this particular franchise kind of fall into your lap? Tell us a little bit about that story.
Well, it literally fell into our lap, actually. I was on Facebook, just scrolling through Facebook one day, and I saw a post from the previous owner. We're not the original owners, but the previous owner posted that she was retiring and moving out of the area, and she wanted to sell the franchise. We looked into it. We spoke to a lot of different people, and before we knew it, we were franchise owners.
Just like that.
Just like that.
It's funny how life happens.
Yeah, she said that there were 20 other interested, I guess, just
candidates.
Yeah, candidates, couples, and she just felt like we were the ones. She said she was posting for, I don't know, 6 months. I only saw one post, and it just so happened to be the right time.
Very cool. So does Card My Yard, do you have locations? Is it all over Florida? Is it national?
We have several different locations. Well, we have
zip codes. So
we
personally for your office, you have like a territory that you handle.
We have
right.
territory.
Right.
It's all online. We have about 11 zip codes. But Card My Yard, there's over 500 franchises all over the United States.
Wow.
Different cities, different areas. 500
locations. When did they start? When did Card My Yard begin?
Card My Yard all started in 2016.
it was 16. Yeah, it was definitely before COVID, but COVID definitely spiked it up.
Yeah.
I think they're based out of Texas.
We're based out of Texas. It was 2 moms of 3, so 2 families. They partnered with their husbands, and they started Card My Yard right out of their backyard, actually. And it's grown ever since.
Love this story whenever a family business starts something like that and then is able to scale it up and then create a franchise model to promote, because then it becomes a lot of local community driven businesses driving the ultimate brand, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you guys, you started this 2020. Tell us a little bit about your background. Like, was this your first foray into the wonderful world of entrepreneurship, or what did you do before this? What's the background?
Yeah, so we actually started in just this year. 2020 was the original owners.
Oh, okay.
So we're still fresh.
So you're fresh.
What are we, like 2-3 months in?
Yeah, we're only 2-3 months in.
Oh,
and we're
fresh
still
meat. Welcome to the game.
We're fresh.
Oh, it's exciting.
So I have my best man, Rob. He lives in Vegas. He runs a bunch of bagel shops in Georgia, and so he knows all the insides of business franchises. So I had to get him on the call with us when we were buying the franchise, and what we learned was it was low risk type of franchise, so we jumped on it. So coming from an IT background and HR background to now creating signs and going out and staking them. There was a lot to learn. Our very first yard, we messed up. You have to, long story short, but you have to put the signs in the back tall and then the signs in the front short so you can read it from the street. We put the signs in the back short and the signs in the front very short. And you couldn't read it, and we messed it up, so we had to go back home, come back out, redo it all. We spent like 4 hours on the first sign, so
it shouldn't take that long.
It sounds like the story of my life, with like everything I do related to like home things. The wife would be like, "Oh, try to organize this thing," and I'll go in the garage and I'll put stuff away, and it's like in the worst possible place that you can't find it. And then she goes in, she redoes it. Of course, it's all perfectly organized.
Yeah, so a lot to learn. We're still growing. We're still meeting people in the community. We get repeat customers who are meeting us for the first time. They know the old owners. They're meeting us. They love us. We love them. So it's a great way to give back to the community and just put a smile on their faces.
And spreading joy. That's our motto. We just love to spread joy.
I love it. So franchise is an excellent model for aspiring entrepreneurs to get into, because again, there's a proven model in place, and when you could find a franchise that has reasonable fees to get involved, and obviously most of them have great support staffs and they kind of give you direction on how to run the business, it's a great way to get into it. A lot easier than just starting something whole cloth from scratch, because then you're just kind of going at it with a blank slate. So what was, I know it's only been 2-3 months, right? But this is your first foray into this realm. What has been so far over the first couple of months one of the biggest challenges in kind of going out, taking the leap of faith and moving away from your past employment opportunities into this? And then on the other side of that, what's maybe the most rewarding thing you've experienced so far? And I know it's soon, but I'm sure there's a couple of things there.
We definitely have a few things. So I'll start with the challenges. I think our biggest challenge was getting all of our inventory into our garage and losing all of that space of storage in our garage.
Yeah, if you can imagine, we have like 3 racks with a bunch of signs. My wall has a bunch of holes with hooks on them, and they're holding signs. So half of my garage is now just holding different types of signs, different colors, graphics, everything you can think of. So it was just getting organized.
2 to 3 months in, organization is a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, strap up your shoelaces and get ready, because if that's the least of the challenges you experience in the business, then you're going to be very blessed, because there's a lot of fun and exciting trials and tribulations on the horizon. I suspect, as there is with almost everybody that opens a business, because there's so much to take care of.
Yeah, the good thing is the old owners went through all the true hard challenges, so they kind of gave us the right insight to get right on our feet with this.
Yeah, they really led the path.
I can imagine that's pretty helpful as well. Again, you first you have the franchise, but then you have an existing franchise that's already kind of set up that you can walk in and pick up. So that's
yes,
cool.
it was. We were very blessed with this. But I would say that would be like one of our only challenges.
Pretty much.
Yeah. We don't have too much challenges when it comes to Card My Yard, but part of the benefits that we have is just, and I know I keep going back to this, but spreading joy and just seeing the excitement on everybody's face whenever they pass by, or even when we're staking the yard and a neighbor walks their dog and they're walking their dog pass by and they say, wow, that's amazing. Who are you? And that's, it makes me feel, I go back to the why, why we do this. And it's just to spread joy in the community and just to really do something good, and that really just, it sticks with us.
Tell them about the neighbor.
Oh, and then we also had our neighbor next door. It was her birthday the other day. We decided to stake her yard as a surprise, and she came home and it was just in about tears. And I was like, oh goodness, what do we do? She came over, she gave us a hug, and she said,
this is the first birthday.
This is my first birthday without my dad, and he's usually the first person to wish me a happy birthday or text me or call me, and I'm not going to get that text or call this year, but I did get the sign. I said, well, here's your sign, pun intended, and it just really warmed my heart that we were able to do that for her.
Then that was just recently.
Yes.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
So I'm always picking up.
We have several stories like that.
I love it. I'm always picking. You got to remind me. I'm always picking up things like this along the way. As I said before we started the show, I published Cooper City Living Magazine, and I'm always looking for our residents to submit stories and heartfelt experiences like that, and that would make for. I'd love to do. Maybe I'll link you up with my content coordinator. We could do a little piece on that. And I think, and I'm getting like my marketing mind is going. I'm hearing all these stories, and obviously you take all the photos of all these beautiful creations you make. But man, some of those videos, like if the client videotapes the experience and then agrees to send that to you guys to use that's just great stuff for social media to put out there and the feel good experience. So that's good stuff. Love it.
It's good.
So, husband and wife team.
Yes.
Prior to this, you weren't working together, right? This is
no.
Okay. So I'll ask this. I'll ask the same question I asked earlier about the rewards and the benefits of the business. What's one of the most challenging things now about working together as husband and wife? And then what's one of the biggest rewards about having the opportunity to work together?
I don't think there's any challenges.
No challenges? Not yet.
No. No, we work really well together.
We do. It's rather strange for me, but yeah, we work really, really well together. We're a great team. We really are. You
guys are like the yin and the yang. One of you takes care. I'm assuming that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but Kari, you probably do a lot of the customer service, office relations, back stuff, and then you're out there putting all the projects together, and dealing with inventory and things like that.
Pretty much. And then I'm doing all the heavy lifting.
The heavy lifting, yeah.
Well,
as we usually do,
as guys. Sometimes too.
Oh no, we meant like the heavy lifting with like the physical objects, not like the heavy the heavy brain lifting that goes to the women always. They're always the brains behind the operation.
Yes, I create the signs and we pull the order out of the inventory. He loads the car and then we both drive off with the inventory to the location. We stake the yard together, and
I love it. Yeah. What are the different areas? I know you mentioned 11 zip codes, but just give us an idea of what area your specific franchise services for listeners.
So we have majority of Pembroke Pines. We have all of Weston.
Okay.
Some Davie, majority of Cooper City. We have some Miramar.
Any Hollywood?
I don't think we have anybody in Hollywood. Okay. I've been trying to get one specific zip code in Hollywood, but they're fighting me for it. They're saying it's too big of an area.
Oh yeah. 33024.
Yeah, we don't have 33024.
However, if people are in Hollywood and because we're not there, they can go on the website and it will say, "Hey, we found Carved My Yard in Pembroke Pines. Would you like to send your order to them?" And we have the opportunity to accept it.
Yeah, we can accept it, or they can just call our phone number or reach out to us on social media, our email, and we can do a flex zip code where we enter the zip code in for a couple days, so then they can create their order and we can go and stake the yard.
Got it.
Create that yard for them.
So I, for one, had never heard of this concept before. So,
Never?
Nope, it's all new to me, and I love it. I think it's really cool. Do you get that a lot from people that call in? Like, what's one of the biggest things you hear from people you speak to, potential clients about the business? Is it that like, I didn't even know you guys did this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think during 2020 it was really popular, especially because you had the drive-by. What are they called?
Drive-by birthdays.
Birthdays where you drive by and you honk and there'll be a sign out there. But there are a couple different companies out there that do what we do, but we are one of the top companies out there. But yeah, we hear that a lot, that they don't know that there's a service out there that cards yards, basically.
And now they do.
Yeah.
Gotta let the community know. This is so. I always love when I have a resident of Cooper City and a local business owner on the show, because it's all about everything that I do is all about kind of promoting local businesses and connecting the community together, building trust and credibility, getting to know your neighbor, and so it's nice to meet you guys. What would be, before we wrap up here, if you had to leave our listeners with one thing? It could be about the business. I know you already mentioned something about the business in that regard, or it could just be about, I don't know, a life lesson, something you want to pass on, something you want to share with the listeners. What would that be? I'll give you two things because there's two of you. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. Well, just, being a small business, we do want to make more connections with the community and with more customers. And we don't really view our customers as customers. We view them as family. So, if anybody ever has any questions or wants more information, they just, we'd be happy to sit down and talk. We'd love to partner with other businesses, and we are a small business, so we are looking to just create that connection with others.
Excellent.
And I'll say, going into this, I was very skeptical because I'm in the IT field. It's like it's either true or it's not true. So I was very skeptical about this business. So after getting into it, I realized I don't know why I was skeptical. So my advice to other people out there looking to get into a small business, just go for it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It doesn't work out, but if it does work out, then it was worth it, And if you go into the business fighting really hard to keep it up and grow it, then anybody can be successful. So that's my advice. Just go for it. Don't be scared. Don't be skeptical.
Jump in.
Yeah.
I love the mentality, love the mindset. I think so many people, myself included, for a very long time, we're just waiting for everything to be perfect before you do something, and that's just not how things works. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Like you're never going to be perfect, but the only way you can strive and get to perfection is just to go out there and get into it. And you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make bad decisions. But the more bad decisions you make, the more mistakes you make, the more you learn, and the better you get at dealing with these things. So it's a simple recipe for success, guys. Really, it really is, right?
Yeah. It is.
And definitely work with others. Like we said, we want to, definitely wouldn't mind putting up a sign for, another small business who wants to just kind of glow their advertisement and kind of help us get our name out there.
Yeah.
We want to help other people grow while we grow.
Sure. We're looking forward to spreading the message out into our great community. For our listeners out there that are listening and are intrigued by what you're doing and want to reach out, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Cardmyyard.com, and you put in the zip code, it'll come to us as long as we have the zip code. Or they can email us at Pembroke Pines at cardmyyard.com. They can also call or text 954-228-4532.
Perfect. And we will, of course, drop a link in the description below to all of your contact information, so everybody has that readily available to them. We'll make sure that we get this out on our networks onto the socials and put it out in the community. We'll get you copies so you could share it and get some exposure for the business. Guys, thanks for joining us today. It was a pleasure getting the opportunity to meet a couple of neighbors in the community and learn a little bit about your business. And I wish you the best of luck moving forward. I know you guys are going to have great success with what you're doing. So thanks for joining us.
For having us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Of course, it's our pleasure. And thanks as always to our listeners for tuning in. Everyone take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, Cooper City. To nominate your favorite local business to be featured on the show, go to gnpcoopercity.com. That's gnpcoopercity.com, or call 954-231-3170.